Larkin, what drew you to the paper? What drew you?
Well, I'd always been interested in newspapers. I was basically a print junkie when I was growing up. I started a high school underground newspaper called the Big Press, which was a newspaper that covered issues in my high school. And my first issue got me kicked out of school because it offended the administration that governed my school.
What did you report on?
The headline was 2 lockers vacant. And what had happened is 2 guys had come to school drunk. They'd been drinking Wild Turkey, I think, in the morning, and came to school. And
Breakfast of Champions.
And we reported that, along with a bunch of other information that pissed off the administration. And it was on a mimeograph sheet. It wasn't high tech at all. I don't know if anyone knows what a mimeograph is anymore, but it was a lot of fun. And eventually, pursuant to that, our principal weighed about 450 pounds. He was this huge, huge man, and he wore a cassock, a big white cassock, and spurred on by our newspaper. Our students, this was in the 60s, you got to remember this, right?
Was this a Catholic
high school?
Okay.
Yes, Catholic high school. 1967, they hung him in effigy.
Oh,
right? And basically, they had this big dummy up there that weighed 400 pounds, and they couldn't get him down. And they called the fire department, and the news media came out that David Republic taking pictures of this recovery, and they couldn't get it down. A friend of mine had shimmied up the pole, which really takes a lot of power to shoot,
Yeah.
It takes somebody who's really acrobatic.
Oh, man.
So it just continued and continued, and eventually I was suspended from school.
It sounds like a New Times story.
That was fabulous.
That totally sounds like
I understood early the power of print. I understood early the power of the word, and so I always wanted to be in newspapers, and I just showed up, basically as lazy for a job.
I want to tell you that
did he tell you the story?
This is the first time I've heard this story. Larkin wrote a handwritten note to me on yellow legal pad, 3 or 4 pages about the history of the Pulliams in Phoenix, and Phoenix politics. The 400-pound fucking priest never got mentioned, let alone the hanging of the guy in the cassock, because that would have been a scholarship.
Yes, hilarious. That is hilarious. And then, now, do you think the Republic covered this at the time?
Oh, they did, yeah. In fact, I went to one of my high school reunions about 20 years ago, and somebody had kept a picture of the
awesome.
big fat priest.
We got to find that.
Yeah,
we got to get that, dude.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny stuff, man. Everything worked.
Do you remember the first time you guys met? I mean, what was that like?
I remember going over to Michael's house, and he was with his girlfriend then, and he had just come back from giving blood. This is the guy that hired me.
Never mind the bandage scar.
And I thought to myself, I can remember this. I'd better keep my night job at the restaurant.
And he did.